Golf Central, brought to you by TaylorMade.
30 under par in a tour event. Now consider the fact that Ernie Els and Jordan Spieth did it both at the same venue, a par 73. He did it on a par 71 to get to 30 under. Wow. He also ties the record for the most playoff wins in the FedEx Cup era with now 5. You see Tiger Woods, he has got 4. Rory McIlroy has got 5, including that Tour Championship last year that got him his second FedEx Cup. Dustin Johnson is looking for his first FedEx Cup title, but he now has 5 playoff wins. And with that, he is now at the top of the FedEx Cup standings, heading to the second playoff event. Justin Thomas second, Webb Simpson is third. Patrick Reed down there at 10th. With all of that, welcome in to this Monday evening edition of Golf Central. Nice to follow live golf. We will do it over the next 3 nights, Gary Williams. That is Tripp Eisenhower. Now, here is what he did. If you look at the strokes gained total, almost plus 24. The 12th best performance by a PGA Tour winner in the last 37 years. It's the third time Dustin Johnson is better than the field by 20 strokes or more strokes gained total through the bag. It's really remarkable. And you'll see down there only Tiger Woods and McIlroy have more wins on tour by 20 or more in the strokes gained era. Now, it's interesting. When he won Travelers, you were pointing out dominance. When you pick them up and put them down, striders, and you separate yourself, it says something. Him doing this in the arguably as good a field as you can have on the PGA Tour, top 125, you take Brooks Koepka out. What does that signify about him?
Well, when you look at the best player in history is Tiger Woods, in my opinion, and he won a major by 15 shots, the U.S. Open, dominated that. Tiger's dominated fields by 9, 10 shots repeatedly in his career. Rory McIlroy has won majors by 8 shots twice in his career. He's able to distance. But Dustin Johnson is the only player on the PGA Tour now that is dominating a la Tiger Woods when he's on. He makes it look so easy. Now, keep in mind, there are 2 more victories, Gary, of his 22 that were 54-hole events that were by 3 or more shots. So this is just 72-hole events that he won, and we look at his last couple of wins, 5-shot win, 11-shot win. I mean, these are, when you do it, and I mean, he's got guys like Kevin Kisner saying, yeah, what am I going to do to that? I mean, and players, JT tweeted yesterday, he said, Justin Thomas said, you know what course were you playing? I mean, when you have your peers doing that, it shows your domination. And when I mention Tiger, and Tiger's otherworldly in so many different areas, but when he's on, it is a pleasure to watch, and he can really make the game look so easy. And that's why we loved watching him in his prime when he was dominating. That's why we love Rory McIlroy when he gets on a roll and does that. But again, DJ has that exact same accelerator, and when he hits it, watch out, he can decimate fields, and he has time and time again, as those stats prove.
Yeah, it's amazing to consider what he did in those last 3 rounds. And there were people who were, and I mean this relatively speaking, who were kind of disappointed in the 60 because of how many holes he had left.
Yeah, he was 11 under through 11, right. And but he did have a great par streak at the end of the round.
He did. Well, it is time now for Champion Spotlight, presented by TaylorMade. Sim, that's right. TaylorMade congratulates Dustin Johnson on his victory at the Northern Trust. Let's check out what's in his bag. It is TaylorMade all the way through the bag, that TaylorMade driver. He even said himself, when I am playing from the fairway, as he was, his iron play was exemplary, and you can see all the way through with that TP5X golf ball. He was simply a tour de force. It is time now for our LPGA update presented by Volunteers of America. Yesterday at Royal Troon, the AIG Women's Open concluded in historic fashion. Entering the week, Sophia Popov was 304th in the Rolex rankings. No player that low in the rankings has ever won a major championships since the rankings were created in 2006. There is a strong possibility that we will go a lifetime or 2 before another player wins on the Cactus Tour and a major in the same year. Popov almost makes Cinderella look like chalk. Today, she reflected on a win for the ages with our good friends from Sky Sports.
I still can't quite believe it. I woke up this morning and, last night I thought about taking my trophy with me and having it in my bed. And then I was like, I should probably not do that. But this morning I woke up and first thing I checked is it still there? Like, was I just, dreaming this whole thing? And I kind of just went over every shot I hit on the final round. And to me, it's just mind blowing how things can change in just a single week of my life. I'm not even quite there yet as far as realizing it. And it's just amazing. My goals are set a little bit differently. I think my expectations too, of course. I think I'd love to win more tournaments, and I think now I'm more motivated to go out there and really just knowing my hard work pays off, just to continue doing that. And I think that motivates me to just keep going. And I have my card for 5 years, which is awesome. And let's see what happens in those 5 years. But I would love to win another major.
Let's look back on her journey to a major championship. She was a 4-time All-American at USC, part of a national championship team in 2013. Now, last year, she lost her condition, her LPGA status, failed to win it back by a single shot at Q Series. In May, she grabbed her 3rd win on the Cactus Tour. Now, when the LPGA season restarted, Popov actually caddied Bran Van Dam because her caddy couldn't make it from the Netherlands. Unexpectedly, she got into the Marathon Classic 2 weeks ago and finished tied for 9th. Her first top 10 in her LPGA career, earning her a spot in the AIG Women's Open, where she would earn her first major title. As Billy Ray Valentine said in Trading Places, "This sort of thing happens to me all the time." Not really.
It's a lot of fun. It is a fun environment, and it's fun for me to see a lot of the guys that I grew up watching play and played with them for a number of years on the PGA Tour, played a bunch of Ryder Cup and President's Cups with a lot of the guys here, and so the atmosphere and environment here is really cool for me to be a part of. But I was a little nervous too because I wanted to come out and play well, and I felt like I was playing really well, Billy Ray. I went into Boston last week. I shot a couple of 60. I shot 61, 63, 4 back home, and I was like ready to play. And then I get there and I shoot 3 over, and it just threw me off. So I wanted to keep playing because I felt like I was playing well, and so to have the opportunity to play in these events, and this one in particular, was really special, and I'm very, very appreciative of that.
When you talk about nerves, you come in here as a favorite. Were you more relaxed or more nervous because you came in the odds favorite here?
I didn't think about that. I just was trying to figure out a way to play this golf course smartly, because although there's no rough, it's fairway and it's junk. Right. And that usually doesn't bode well for me, Billy Ray. But so I strategized and kind of found the right clubs off certain tees. There's plenty of room to hit it if you hit the right club. And so I was able to get in play and have a number of short irons, which is really the strength of my game.
Were you surprised at anything that you saw out there today, setup-wise, different than the PGA Tour and the PGA Tour champions?
I mean, it is in that, the tour is set up very difficult. You don't see it. But I would say 12, 13 of the holes are always on kind of like top of a little crest where everything repels away. And it's very hard to get it close. And sometimes you have wedges and you're like, gosh, if I can get it 6 or 8 feet, that's a heck of a shot. And out here, the pins weren't like they were easy. It's just that they were what you would see when you play at like a challenging setup when you play at your home course, right?
You came in here, played well last week. So this can do nothing but help you moving forward when you go back to the PGA Tour.
I think it does. I mean, it gives me a chance to play and compete and to work on some shots that I need to work on and hopefully build a little bit of momentum. Because what I've been finding is that I'm playing really well at home. I get out on the tour and I'm playing tight. Like I'm not letting myself go and swing free and aggressively and then hit the shots. I get a little steery. And so I come out here and being able to compete here, and it gives me a chance to work on that.
So he leads second round, as you can see, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern time from Ozarks National. Court Crenshaw looks spectacular. Now the European Tour continues their loop starting Thursday in the UK Corn Ferry Tour Championship. Thursday at 1 o'clock, BMW Championship, second playoff event for the PGA Tour. And the LPGA comes back stateside. For Phil, 6-1.
Yeah, no, great debut. And you know what? I think this could give him some momentum going into Winged Foot.
All right.
I really do.
We're back tomorrow at 8. Enjoy the golf on a Tuesday.